I really love the movie.
Thanks.
Primarily because it surprised me. It surprised me on many levels. And what surprised me most was just how patriotic it was.
A lot of flags in there, huh?
Well, not only that, but this whole sense of community. Everyone working together.
That's right.
Everyone pulling together. It seems to me you must have thought that that was a message we needed to hear.
There's no doubt. I mean, from the citizenship class coming to America, you know, they wanted to be a great part of this nation, of everybody kind of pulling together. And, you know, I start the movie as this complacent teacher who kind of lost his way, was a great teacher at one point, but through looking at a really, truly great teacher, and Henry Winkler, you know, who runs the music program, which is being threatened to is being cut. I learned what it's really about. I recapture what, you know, I used to be about, and through the help of Selma Hayek as well. And Selma helps me be a better man, and, you know, and in developing myself there. And it's one thing leading to another.
And I'm sure this must have spoke to you personally, because you become a U.S. citizen as well.
Yep.
I mean, what does that mean to you, or what did that mean to you to go through that process?
It was huge for me, because when I was a kid, I still have a drawing, and I saved this. It was Nogi. It was a bird. Nogi goes to America. Oh, America has always been pulling at me, and for some reason. And my wife, when I met my wife, she first predicted that I was going to be a famous fighter in Japan, and there was a year before I started even doing mixed martial arts. And then when I started competing, she had that weird look again in her face, and I said, "Now what?" And she goes, "We're going to go to America, and you're going to be in the TV business." I go, "Well, whatever." And then 5 years later, suddenly we decide to go to America. So, you know, it's cool. I like America. You know, when the real American dream, you know, that is really here. What I make here, for every dollar you make over there, you make for the same amount 10 here, because people are more enthusiastic. You know, everybody's happy. It's roomy, a lot of space. You know, people give each other the freedom. They have the whole melting pot. That's what they teach you in Holland, you know, about America. And it's really true. Everybody comes here and tries to live the American dream. And now I'm really doing it. You know, I'm very excited about my whole life. I don't have a down day. With me, everything is always going up.
It's great to hear, because I think so many of us here take that for granted.
That's right.
And that's
They should.
And that's basically what this movie's about. I mean, teachers that take it for granted, you know. But there were some great teachers that I had in my past. Like I talk about that, you know, I still adhere to some of their principles today. It's 30 years later, and it just shows you how much a teacher can affect you and shape you in your life, you know. And on the flip side of that, there could be some lousy teachers, which I've had too, that are just kind of like, you know what, do whatever you want today, and they don't shape you, and it's just kind of an empty, you know, opportunity that they lose.
Now, you trained for 14 months.
Oof.
I read.
Yes.
What was the worst part of it? What did you miss?
Just the greens. Oh, I'm back. Don't worry about me. I don't miss it anymore. But it was like, it was pizza and just the food. You know, it was just difficult, because I really, you know, the UFC, who doesn't give their blessing to any, it's not, hasn't been in any other movie.
It's the first time, yeah.
Yes, they wouldn't give it up. I had to beg them, because they want to keep the integrity of it. And I understand that, and I knew that. In making this movie, I wanted to do that. So I wanted the fighting to be real. I wanted to get in shape, really do something that's a little bit different, so my fans don't see just, you know, it's not Paul Blart falling around a goofy ring and this and that. The comedy's a little different. The comedy's a little bit more grounded, but it's still just as explosive and funny. And I just wanted to do it real, and that's why we had the UFC fighters come in, and trainers, and kept it, you know, on target.